everybody. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to, oh my goodness, get me on here. Hi. Welcome to With It Wednesday. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. I hope you like something that you see here today. And welcome to my returning subscribers. Please like, share, comment, chat. You know the drill. Layla, it is so good to see you. Happy Wednesday. How are you? What you got going on today? I actually sat and waited for Layla's type. Aren't you proud of me? I usually ramble on and I don't know what's happening half the time. It is Whip It Wednesday. I have not crocheted anything yet. I got up early and went to the grocery store and started cleaning the kitchen. And Shorty had knocked over my plants last week, so I think I finally got all the dirt out. Layla is working on a scarf for last grandson. Ooh. What pattern? What color? What kind of yarn? Did you have other scarves in the works, Layla? I don't remember you doing scarves. But then we know I don't remember anything, so, anything's possible. But I'll admit it, I remember nothing. And there is Cammy. I know you got to see your new niece yesterday. I was in Cali. I'm surprised that you weren't at the hospital with your sister. Renee is here. So good to see you. Renee, aren't you proud of me? I sat down and I started StreamYard early to make sure I could get online. It was going to see my camera. It was going to see my microphone. I could get my Facebook tabs open. Because I was like, I can't fight that battle every time I go live. There's hope for me. There is actually hope for me. I'm going to finally get this technology stuff down. I mean, honestly. I'm going to do it. I really will do it. So what are you working on, Renee? And hi, Cammy. Um, the pandemic limited how many people could visit my sister. Oh, they still have those in the hospital. I didn't realize that. But that's the safest way to be. That is fantastic. So what are you working on now, Cammy? What did she think about her blanket? I know she had her shower the day before. That's probably why the baby came. She got so excited. The baby was like, I want to see my presents. I got to come. I want to play. And what is her name, Cammy? I forgot. I know you told me, but we know. I don't remember. Layla said, I made 3 already, but this one is a half double crochet using impeccable and claret. You are using claret for your grandson. How old is your grandson, Layla? I'm just curious. No, I try not to give up. You're not working on it, Renee. Do you feel okay? You always have something on your hook, unless you're feeling poorly. What you got going on, girlfriend? Oh, she loved her Afghan. That is beautiful. Emma May. That's right. She's Emma. I'm glad she loves her Afghan. How far are you on your cousin's Afghan? Did you finish it? And there is Ivy. So good to see you. Welcome to WIP It Wednesday. What are you working? No, I know what you're working on. You are doing your tutorial on your top. I love that top. That is so pretty. You did a great job, Ivy. You really did. Oh, Lord, let me do my banners. There we go. So I know what's happening. I don't know if it helps me. And it doesn't scroll. Oh, so I can only scroll one thing. Well, let's see. I apologize to everybody who sent in photos last week. It just went poof over my head. So we have last week's and this week's photos to show. Hi, Dark Side. So good to see you. Happy Wednesday. What are you working on? And Cammy finished his cousin's Afghan. It's just waiting to be delivered. That is awesome. You are a crocheting master, I tell you. Oh, let me see. And if I start early, then I'll get to not run through. Okay. I am still learning all of this StreamYard, what I can do, what I should do, which buttons not to push. How's that? 'Cause I can push the buttons. Not that one. This. Okay. This is an Afghan by our own Crystal from Divergent, Texas. That was her whip from last week because, I'm so used to my phone pinging, I missed it. Crystal is now being kind enough to put a comment on in the Facebook group every week so people can put their whip in the comment, and they're all in one place so that I can show them on WIP It Wednesday, unless you want to grab the link and come up and show your whips personally. We are also going to be putting a link in, a comment, a post. Lord, a post in on Friday for FO Friday, and one for Monday for the Which Way Filet Make-Along. Nothing on my hook for a few days. Dark Sky? Just working on lunch right now. Lunch sounds good too. I had lunch, but I really want something sweet. I don't need anything sweet. Flip flops and lollipops. So good to see you. Thank you for joining us for WIP It Wednesday. 300, Ivy. That is fantastic, and you are so very welcome, girl. It is beautiful. It really is. That is a milestone, and you reached it so quickly. Isn't that pretty? And here is our darling Cynthia Joyful Creation. It is so good to see you. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. We are just showing people's whips from last week because I was confused. It doesn't take much to confuse me. We know that. I will get there. There's hope for me. I promise. Oops. I forgot to see what that looks like on that end, but that's okay. This is from our Regina, Adam's World. She is working on a mosaic. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. You ladies are so talented. Honestly, you all are so talented. I can. How come it won't? What happened? Okay. Well, I don't know. Oh, yes, I do. There we go. Too many buttons, Lord. Isn't that pretty? Oh, she is doing a well. No, that doesn't look like a whip. That looks like an FO. She's already got the border on. That is pretty. That is from Madame's World. Whoops. That wants to see me that big. Good Lord. I got too many buttons. And Ivy says, thank you. Oh, yes. That I mean, Ivy, every milestone is to be celebrated. They are all here to be celebrated. And you do good work. Everybody here does good work. I am amazed at how many talented people we have in this Yorny community, especially since a lot of people have stopped crocheting for a long time. And Alyssa's here from Anaya's Toy Box. Thank you so much for coming by. It is so good to see you. And welcome to Whip It Wednesday, where you are welcome to show your whip. What are you working on? It looks like it's going to storm here. Okay, I had the door open, so I had turned the air up. But then there was so much traffic noise, I closed the door and turned the air back down. And it hasn't decided to kick on yet, and I am having my own personal summer. So you all have to forgive me. I am past glowing here. Nightbot, thank you so much for being sweet today. I appreciate you. Sometimes Nightbot is just not nice, so I have to celebrate him when he behaves. God love him. So what is everybody else working on? What is on your hook? What is in your cup? And I hope everybody is having beautiful weather because I know a lot of people are suffering storms, and I am sorry for the people having storms. Oh, I saw a Japanese knot bag. There we go. I am making a second Japanese knot bag. Really? Are you? I have not made one yet. I am doing well besides my own personal summer. I don't know when I am going to get past having my own personal summer because, good Lord, this has been going on for too many years. Two absolute many years. And everybody is speaking. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. What yarn are you using, Alyssa? Are you using cotton? And there is my darling Crystal. Thank you so much. I have already shown your Afghan and everybody loves it. So you can pat yourself on the back because everybody said it was beautiful. Of course, yours was the first one, so I've already passed you. Oh, Layla, say it isn't so. Seriously? I didn't want to hear that. Man. I thought there came a point in time when it was just over and done with, and they're like, finished. Cynthia is crocheting a baby pink poof. Oh, you mean like the bath poof? What kind of poof? And Crystal is speaking to Tammy. And Alyssa says, I am using cotton. I'm actually using the Yarn is Life colorway from Crochet in Agreement. Yarn is Life is that's not inspired by a content creator, is it? If it is, whose colorway is that? Because that doesn't ring any bells. Lady says, I am serious. I met a lady that was in her 80s still having them. Stop it. Ah, and at least I know there's no end in sight. Okay, Layla, thank you. Fast forward. Okay. Oh, I think that's cute. Cynthia says from Linda, the creative grandma. Okay. Are you using cotton or what are you using, Cynthia? Alyssa says it is blue and it's inspired by Z. Is it really? I've missed that one. I like blue and I like Z. And she just made a baby dress for a grandbaby she has coming. And I asked her, was there a tutorial coming out? So of course I need to go back to her channel to see if she told me that there is a tutorial coming out. I hope there is, because that is good. Okay, it's 100% cotton. Okay. Nightbot, you are the bomb today. Thank you so much. I'm going to be nice to you because I want you to be nice to me. Okay. Next up, we have, oh, this is from our dear darling Miss Racing, who is, wait a minute, I can't read the description. She even told me. Spring Garden Baby Blanket. Okay. And Racine finished the Which Way Filet Crochet Along. And now she has done the Spring Garden Baby Blanket. Good girl. She is a crocheting maniac. Okay. This is from our own Racine with the tips. That's pretty. That is pretty. But then Racine also, I'm going to stop saying Racine does good work because you all do good work. Oh, Lord. OlaJoe is being interviewed on Linda Simpson. How can Linda Simpson be going live when I'm live? Oh, snap. Now I am confused because I'm doing a live, but I don't see OlaJoe. Now here's the other thing. Is there a way that I can share screen and we can do our live and watch their live too? Shorty jumped up and shook my arm and scared me to death. I know everybody was wondering, what is wrong with her? Shorty was over here giving me instructions on how to do that. I know. Do we have to leave here? Can we do both? VJ, sending from Freeze Baby 5 of Frolics is just a few away from 900. Can I share her link? Certainly, because I don't know if I just met her last week. Yes, please, Crystal. Hi, Rita, how are you? We are, I don't know what we're getting ready to do. I'm going to see if we can, okay, let me ask everybody in the chat. Would you rather leave here and go to Linda's, or would you rather see if I can share the screen and we can have a watch party? Sounds like fun. Shorty's over here shaking her head, yes. I got bitten by your blanket last time, so I started the baby blanket. Yay, Rita, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Layla's trying to pull them up on her TV. And Flip Flop and Lollipops is watching hers on another device. She didn't want to miss me. God love you. I appreciate that. Rita says, try to share the screen. Okay, let me see if I can do that. And Crystal has dropped Cindy's link. We are going to try to get her to 900. And she goes live tonight at 6:30 Central. That's the same time Sunita goes live. You people have to stop overlapping. I can't do two lives at once. My brain won't do that. Let me see if I can do this. Let me go to YouTube and see if I can pull up Linda. And then let me see if I can share screen. And then the other thing is, can we still hold on. Okay. Hold on, Shorty.
No.
I can fit into the
yes. Okay.
And I ended up with Tuesday because Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern was just a great time because nobody had it.
No, I know. And yes, that's great. And I mean, I learned something totally new about you today. You know, with just your first answer. So you know, I know we've been friends a while on YouTube. You know, since I joined the fiber community. So you know, that kind of was like. I mean, I kind of knew about OlaJoe because you mentioned it in your live yesterday, which I hasten to add that I'm sorry, but I forgot because I'd had such a hectic day yesterday. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
I am not going
to see you all.
So I'm fine.
And that we've got 48 in the chat. In the chat.
Excellent. That's
thank
wonderful.
you so much, guys. Thank you. Each and everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Yes. So that leads me on to my second question.
Hi, Samantha, how are you?
What was the first thing you made and do you still have it?
That's a great question. Well, I will start with the second part of that question and say, I don't have it.
No.
Okay. I started crocheting when I was 7 years old. My grandmother taught me how to crochet.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So Ola, she's the one that taught me how to crochet, knit. I can sew. She taught me how to cross stitch. And we did a lot of patchwork, patch quilts and blankets and things of that nature. And so a lot of those items that I did with her, I just don't have.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. So if I said then, what are your favorite items to make and what yarn is your favorite to work with?
Rita?
Oh, that's easy for me, Linda. First of all, I love to make baby blankets. I was making baby blankets when I first started getting back into crochet. And I had an opportunity while I was active duty to go ahead and pick it up and start making some stitches. So I started doing baby blankets because so many people were having babies. And I said, okay, well, I'll do a baby blanket. So I started just making the blanket itself, right? And then I said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and start doing sets. So then I start adding booties, the hat, the little bib, you know,
Yeah.
all the little cutesy things.
All the
right?
cutesy things, yes.
Right, right. But my favorite yarn, I found that that was a hard question to answer because I have so many favorites.
Me too. Me too.
You do, Linda?
I've got so many favorites. I can't even begin to do.
Okay, now I don't feel that bad because I was like, oh my God, where do I start? Like,
No,
I have a lot back here.
I know. Well, so do I. I thought to myself, you know, when I was when I kind of set these questions out, and I was thinking, well, what would I say for that one, and what was it, and what about the favorite items? And I'm thinking, oh my God, what would I put for that?
Yes, but I tell you, I do love this Noro yarn.
Oh yes,
I love Noro. This is a wool yarn, and it's bulky, and this is Ito, 100% wool, and it's 200 grams.
That is beautiful colors.
Yes, Crystal got me hooked on this.
It's like it reminds me of like an antique rainbow.
Right.
You know, where you get the bright neon, that's more of a like a vintagey rainbow.
Yes. But I also love working with different types of Lion Brand yarn. I love that company. So a lot of their yarns I do work with on a regular basis. And I have back in here, I have some of the Lion Brand yarn.
Yes. I know you love, I mean, I know you love Lion Brand.
I love Lion Brand. Oh my goodness. And this shawl and a cake, you know, a lot of you all have been making the shawls.
Yes.
You know, I love working with yarn like this. So this is basically a lighter weight. They say it's a medium 4, but if you really
look like a 3.
Exactly. You see that?
Yeah.
Linda and everyone,
like
it's really thin.
Yeah, maybe as you work through it, it could be a roving.
Right. Something like a roving. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love the pattern detailing in it.
Yeah, because when I was thinking, you know, I asked you what's your favorite items to make, and then your favorite yarn, and I was thinking, well, I love cotton, I love finger weight, I love. I will work with 4 weight and 3 weight, but 2 weight and 1 weight are my favorites. Cotton and super merino. I love doing socks and whatever. So I was thinking, cripes, if I had to just own cotton, cotton is my ultimate favorite. So yeah, so I thought I've got to sit and think about what I would say. That is beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love them colors. It's almost like a sunset, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Now this is Premier, so it's a totally different brand.
Yes,
but it's the DK. But I'm telling you, I love working it up. I love the feel of it and how it's wound.
Yes,
I'm very into, Linda, in particular with how yarn is wound. That would determine whether or not I like it, and it becomes my favorite. And if I can work up a project quickly. That's one thing, Linda, that I love to do, is work with a yarn that I know that I can just whip something up really fast.
Yes.
I don't like splitty yarn.
No, I don't like splitty yarn.
And
it's yeah, say cotton. Jack said, Linda, exclamation mark, say cotton. Yes, mine's cotton.
And cotton, right.
I love cotton. So hello everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us today. As you can see, I'm interviewing OlaJoe, aka Andrea, and I'm just so delighted that you're here, Andrea, and everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining us. So so my next question is, since starting your channel, what changes have you seen in the fiber community? So when you started 3 years ago, have you seen the changes in YouTube, you know, within the fiber community?
That's an excellent question, Linda. I will tell you, I've seen a myriad of different changes within the YouTube community. And within the yarn community itself.
Yes, definitely.
I could start off with something that a lot of people in the chat would probably love to hear about, is the fact that in order to get that community tab, you only need 500. You don't have to fight for that 1,000 subscribers to get it.
When I started, I had to get 1,000 subscribers. It was a nightmare.
Yes. It takes a lot of work. That was really not an easy feat.
Mm-hmm.
It was not easy to get. A lot of people got disheartened or just gave up because they're like, I'll never get to 1,000.
Yeah.
But yes, you can.
You can.
I'm here to tell you today on Linda's show, if you don't take anything from the start of her series today, mark my words when I tell you, don't give up.
No.
Ever.
No, never, ever give up.
Never give up. I don't care. There are a lot of challenges. It is hard here on the YT streets, but I'm telling you, when you put your mind to something, put it on your list and you said, whatever I need to do in order to get to this level and to accomplish this goal, I can do it.
Yes.
Sometimes things take longer than others. So what I'm trying to tell your viewers today is don't give up, because if Linda, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be on Linda's show if I didn't think I was going to make it. No. I would not be here today. It took time for me to get to this point. It was not easy. I started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah. Well, it's taken me 10 years to get to where I am, OlaJoe. Because I started mine, but I wasn't in the fiber community then. I was in the mixed media and card making community.
Okay.
And so when I joined the fiber community 1.5 years ago, the difference in the two communities, you just blew me away with your support, with watching my videos, commenting, thumbs up, and you just blew me away. And even today, people blow me away, you know, kind of when you go do your lives and you're sitting there, aren't you, thinking, I wonder if anybody will turn up today, because you do. And, you know, we all do it. And that. And what I will say to everybody in the chat who are struggling to get their 500 or, you know, get their community tab, get their 1,000 or whatever, the best advice I can give to you guys is to attend lives. Get yourself out there. Don't rely on your videos, which is what I did in the beginning before I joined the Yarny Fiber community. I depended on my videos. As soon as I changed and decided, right, I can knit, I can crochet, it's something I love, and obviously we had the pandemic. There was no, I just thought, I'm going to do something that I love, and you know, which I've done many years, like yourself, and it's the best decision I ever made. Best decision. So guys, if you're struggling and whatever, the best advice, and I'm sure OlaJoe, you will agree with me, attend people's lives, get your name out there. When they say you can drop your links, ask for your links to drop. Make friends, interact with everybody within the community.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and join other people's channels, get to know other people within this community, because this community is just amazing. So supportive, whether you need help in you know, life, everyday life, prayers, help, you know, that way, which we all do need, don't we, from time to time. Not just our channels and that, but you know, that is the best advice I would give anybody.
That's great advice, Linda. I will definitely piggyback off of what you're saying, because once I started going into lives, that's also to answer your question, because you said, how have things changed?
Yeah.
It has changed in our live hopping, because to me, we live hop, but it's a different type and a different vibe with the live hopping.
Oh, yes.
Now, back then, you know, it was, you're going to race and you're going to go to this channel, and it's not within your own community. You're going to people's channels that are outside of the yarn community.
Yes.
Now, some people are doing it now, but we did it more so back then. A year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was farming and fishing and doing all kinds of different things, and
Yes.
other, and they were in the casino pulling the slots and doing all kinds of stuff. And we were going in there to support, to see what they were doing, and to meet people.
Yes.
I think Linda was onto something with the fact that if you're starting a new channel, that would be what you should do, is go. Not, you can go into our community and go into lives, but I would say go and check out some other live streams. Yeah. Don't limit yourself.
No, definitely don't limit yourself and that. And because then that kind of sparks their interest, and you might even spark their interest into joining our community, into starting to crochet, to start to knit, you know, helping other people, and that, and that is what I mean, I joined. We went in under lockdown in the March, and by the October, I changed everything around, and I was in the community. I started my crochet nook, and even in that 18 months, nearly 2 years, I've seen a change, and that, and there's more content creators as well. I find there are more new channels coming in, which is nice.
Yes.
And for me, that is exciting. I really like to say, come on, you know, good luck. Let's get to it. Do this, do that. You know, if you need any help, just ask them. And I really like it when, you know, the new ones, and to see them grow is amazing.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? You know,
it is.
You feel there, you know, you feel kind of like a proud mummy or daddy, you know, to see them, you know, watch them grow. They get their 100, then they get their 200, then they're 300, and they're nearly at 500. And, you know, kind of in today's life, Margie Gibbs got her 500, and I was so delighted.
Yay.
You know, it was,
congratulations.
You know, but that's the way it is, isn't it? You know, it's that support. You know, you've got that support, and that, and I think that is really, really important for all new channels, to get yourself out there and get yourself noticed, follow other people, get to know them, you know. And I mean, that's how I found Ursula. I mean, and look at Ursula and I, you know, we're the Giggle Girls now.
Yes. You know? I mean, you guys have made friends, and you guys are growing, and you both have a wonderful following. So I'm just like, wow, you know, this is amazing. I love to see people blossom and grow. Yeah. So you hit it on the head. That's exactly.
Yes. Yeah. And, you know, and those ones that have got their channels, but yet they're too scared to press that button to go live. And when they do, you're there in the background going, yay! You know?
Yes. You know, one thing I can say, I'm sorry for cutting you off, Linda. One thing I wanted to say was that people don't understand that you're not the first person to push that button.
No. And
for you to step out on a limb and push that button, watch my first few videos.
Watch mine. I was like, God. I needed more than one fan. I needed about 20 fans in here. I was like, by the end of the live, I was ringing.
Yeah, I was so conservative. I had just retired from the military, and everything was, hello, how are you today? I'm Andrea, you know, or I'm OlaJoe, the Crocheting Sailor. It was like I was doing a promo for a TV show. Okay. And it took so long and so many months for me to loosen up and just to be me and who I am today.
And that's all all of us, that's all any of us can be, is just be who you are.
Absolutely.
No airs and graces, kind of, yes, it is nerve-wracking. I mean, I was having palpitations when I pushed the button on mine, and I'm like, shall I or shall I? Oh, I'm doing it. Let's go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And at the end of the day, it is nothing ventured, nothing gained. So
How is everybody enjoying this? Should I end my live and we can do a VJ raid over at Linda Simpson, or should I continue on with the slideshow?
Continue. Sorry.
and then I watched Gina knitting Turnpike, and she was doing all these knitting, and I was thinking, I can knit. I've got more experience knitting than I have crocheting. Why aren't I doing it? So then I kind of upped the ante then and started, and then Gina and I did our knit along last year, and kind of it's just gone from there, really, hasn't it, for like both of us.
But Linda, I'm telling you, you've had so much to offer, and I think people don't really know their own worth at the time when they start their channel, I would say, right, Linda?
Yeah, very, very true. Very true.
Yeah. And my thing was, I didn't really think I had too much more to offer. I only started my channel just for this one little thing.
Yeah, to teach.
Yeah, to teach. But you have to realize when you go into this YouTube world, you have to broaden your mind and think about, right, Linda?
And I bet kind of there's a lot of us who are talented in other, not just knitting and crochet, but cross stitch, sewing, quilting, and if loom knitting, spinning, dyeing yarn, guys. So there are a lot. I mean, there are a lot of topics. So yeah, if you crochet or knit, and you do other things besides, well, introduce that in as well, because there are a lot of different YouTubers out there who think, kind of, this woman's done cross stitch, or let's go and see what she's done, or this lady's quilting, let's go and see how she's doing it. Is she doing it different to me, and can I pick up different techniques? And so and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So on to question 4. How did a lockdown affect your channel? It went woo through the roof. It went through the ceiling.
It went up because there were a lot of people that couldn't go anywhere, for one. So it's like, now they have more time on their hands, right? Number 2, people were working from home or had the luxury to work from home, so they had the time to do their job and or watch YouTube at the same time. So to me, I really do feel like my channel really wasn't being impacted at all. If anything, my numbers went up and my views went up during that time, I would think. Okay.
Yes.
So I never did really see any negative impact to my channel or my channel growth. I feel like I was able to gain more viewers
Yes.
In spite of the, you know, the negative aspect of, you know, that
And I would
time.
totally agree with that, because I saw a positive on my side as well. Not only from joining the community, but also before I joined the community, I certainly saw a steady rise in my mixed media videos and that. So, you know, that was good. And then people were kind of really, really shocked after doing 20 years of mixed media and making cards that I just decided one day that was it. I was joining, you know, I was concentrating on my knitting and crocheting, because it's something I can take with me to my dad's.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Yes.
You know, and that. So whereas mixed media, there was no way I was taking paints and canvases and to my dad's, because my dad would look at me and think, and where do you think you're going to put that lot? Whereas your bag, you've just got it and go, and you know, you can, and whatever. So yeah, I say it, as you said, I certainly saw an increase as well.
But Linda, another thing too was there were a lot of people that actually picked our craft up, whether it be the crochet knit, right?
And that exploded. So the fiber companies and that, they just woof, it just exploded, because people wanted to do things, you know, they were sat at home, they've got their children at home, and they can't go out to work, or for some reason, unfortunately, some people lost their jobs, you know.
Right. Yes.
So, you know, they wanted things to do, and that's where, you know, people used YouTube as a form of teaching themselves how to knit, how to crochet, cross stitch, sewing, you name it. You know, the what do they call it? The not the fiber, as a whole. You know, you've got yarn, material, threads, and that. Haberdashery. Even that. Haberdashery rows as well, you know, with all the materials being sold, and and that. So all kinds of things that people use as a hobby.
Right.
I mean, even diamond painting went through the roof, didn't it? I mean, I never tried diamond painting. My mum does it, but it wasn't for me, because for me it was kind of like, oh well, you know, I'm going back to mixed media kind of thing, where I want to walk away from that. But I mean, I do love it, I think it's lovely, but you know, you've got to kind of say, you know, enough's enough, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Well, she spends also mentioned tatting.
Yes, you know, tatting as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
I believe Spring, the fiber enthusiast, I think she's
that's her channel.
Yes, she's done a couple of tatting tutorials as well.
Yes, absolutely. She does. She has a lovely channel. I remember when she started her channel. Speaking of starting on channels, and she does tatting and spinning. So, but this is a diamond painting that I started.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love them colors. They're my colors. I really love blues and browns and the oranges. It always reminds me of an evening sky.
Yes, it says,
beautiful.
Bless this home.
That is beautiful. Bless this home. Yes, definitely.
Yes. So I have
definitely. Yes.
Macrame.
Yeah, macrame, lucette forks as well.
Yes.
I just saw Madonna said she started her channel on a day, then people started subscribing, and I panicked. People told me I was funny, so I just decided to be me and show yarn and finished objects. And excellent, Madonna, and that's what it's all about. And I always like to think, I don't know about you, OlaJoe, but when I do a live and that, if I've made somebody smile, giggle, and that, I'm happy.
Yes.
If you can have a giggle and whatever, and kind of sometimes at the moment life is just too serious outside this house, outside the home. You just need that light relief.
Right. But that's one thing that Ursula said. So many of us started during lockdown. Yes. So there were a lot of channels that started because of that, because they had time to start their channels. They were probably contemplating it, and then they said, oh, I have time to do it, so why not?
And Crochet Me Pinks has actually said something really, really good as well. She said, remember, just because you're on YouTube doesn't mean you have to do videos or lives. Being a supporter is important too. You can share what you make or questions on other channels, which is very, very true. And we would be, I don't care how big a channel you are or how small a channel you are, we all need supporters, and and they are the backbone of everybody's channel. The supporters, they don't want to channel. They've got, they're on YouTube, but they don't want to channel. They don't want the hassle, but they're there to support us. They come to our lives time after time. They watch our videos time after time, and they are the backbone to everybody's YouTube channel. And we wouldn't be where we are today without those supporters. So to those supporters, thank you. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Crystal said she started watching YouTube during lockdown and learned to crochet. Then this past February, I decided to make a video. So I'm on my way, hoping for my community tab before too long. Yay, Crystal, that is beautiful.
Yay.
Well done. And hello to everybody coming in the chat. Hi. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget the thummies, guys. Don't forget the little thummies. And I've just got one last, I think we've more or less discussed this already. But, what advice would you give your we haven't. What advice would you give your younger self if you were starting your channel now? And I was thinking to myself, what would I say?
I know, right? Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone. The reason why now, it's okay. I'll say this. In the military, there have been plenty of times where I've stepped outside my comfort zone.
Me too.
Okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people can relate even in their jobs. You've had to, and in certain situations, you've been put in a position and you're like, should I do this? And that's what I would tell my younger self. Don't be afraid to do it. Just jump in.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be like my number one thing I would say, Linda.
Yeah. Just don't be frightened, and just nothing, as I always say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't try it, you never know.
Linda, did you see in the chat?
I know. Thank you, Ursula. I'm not going to play the yoga today, Ursula, not in the live, but thank you so much. I really appreciate that, sweetie. Thank you. And I will put your name in the bucket for the end of the month. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. So yes, I mean, when I was in the Territorial Army, I was a radio operator. So I was on exercise in Germany and that, and and I was responsible for communications between the squadron and the and HQ and that was kind of I did it. You do it, don't you? You just get on and do it.
That's right. Absolutely, Linda. I see my oldest daughter is in here, the joyful mom.
Oh, hello and welcome in. Thank you for joining
That's my
us.
oldest daughter,
Oh,
Jonelle.
thank you, Inga. Oh, thank you, Inga. So I've got Ursula and Inga. Thank you. I'll put you in there. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. That's so sweet of you.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you, honey. So so that are all the questions. So guys, in the chat, have you got any questions you would like Andrea to answer? If you put question marks, and then we can see that they are do it afraid. Courage is always late. Yes, it is always late, but you know, at the end of the day, we do it. Thank you, Ursula. I will put you hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. And as you can see, I've got OlaJoe, and I can't thank you enough, OlaJoe. I've really enjoyed today. I was like, oh, how am I going to do this?
See, Linda, I told you this is just going to be us friends just gabbing and talking like we were on the phone, and we have our friends that are on the party line, and we're gonna have a ball.
And Crafty Moose Sarah says, what don't you like crocheting?
What did I like?
What don't you like to crochet?
Oh, I would say little small amigurumi type things. Like that's just not my forte. You know, a lot of people do amigurumi and they do the dolls, and they may do characters, even celebrity type figures. I love it. I mean, I think it's beautiful and everything, but it's not me. That's not something that I'm going to sit and do. It takes a lot of, I'm going to tell you honestly, it takes a lot of time and patience to do that. The person that did Snoop Dogg took a long time to create him and his figure with his whole outfit.
Yeah.
It's really tiny. I mean, you have to use the smallest hooks. You get 2.5, 3.5 millimeter hook, you know, and then on top of that, you have to switch your yarns up. That's just not my thing. So I would say
amigurumi.
Amigurumi. No, not me.
No. And we've got another one.
Oh,
and we've got another one as well. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Margie. Just before we finish, I will play the yoga.
Yes, Linda, you have to play your, because I love your whole vibe with the meditation and everything. I love that.
And Pam, cooking at Pam's place. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
I would like to know what OlaJoe's goals are for her channel. So what are your future goals for your channel?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. I know, right, Linda? You sure you want to answer that? I mean, you want to ask me that?
Are you sure you want to know?
I know, right? First of all, I'll just skip to the chase. I'm trying to get to 25K by the end of this year. Woo! That is my goal.
Yes.
Now, when I started my channel, like I said, I started it just to teach people. And another thing I want to add and tell you, Linda, is I did not know anything about monetization when I started my channel. I had no clue that I could actually earn money doing this. Okay, well, good. I wasn't alone. So I once I found out, you know, after, you know, going to, like you said, to different live hopping, and people sharing their experiences and saying, hey, if you would really want to build your channel, you can make money. You can, you know, you can earn. Just think about it. You can earn a living doing this, but it's going to take some work. So if I can tell anybody in the chat, that's what you're going to have to do. If you're thinking along those lines, and you do want to make this a successful thing, it's going to take a lot of work, because you're going to end up editing. There are some people that don't edit, but I mean, I do edit. I have social media. You're going to have to get on there, answer comments. Right now I'm behind on comments. Sorry, y'all, but I'm catch up. But my goal is to get to 25K. And I also want to increase my views. Yes. So what I'm saying that, because usually when I have goals, I set goals for myself, but I don't really make it public or tell anyone.
No, me neither.
Okay, so you understand, Linda, right? So I'm like, wow, Chef Pam asked me that, because that's something that was on my list. I would like people to watch my channel or run my playlist. Like, I would love that. I just don't self-promote. I've gotten to the point where I just don't do it anymore. I did when I was a smaller channel. Yeah. And what I'm saying in essence is, now that I'm a larger channel, anybody that's on here that's watching, if you're a smaller channel, yes, you can promote yourself. Yeah. But I don't know, after you get to a certain point, you're like, I'm not going to. If people watch my stuff, great. And if you don't, okay, well, I'm not going to say, but I would love for somebody to just run my playlist or watch my videos or watch my ads. So that's what I want. I want people to watch my content. And if you can't watch it, run me, because at the end of the day, running me helps me. Yes. So if anybody had a question about that, that's a real thing. Yeah. And for Linda has some wonderful content. If you can't watch her or stay for the whole hour, 2 hours she's on, let it run. Let Linda play. So I'm going to say it for Linda. Run her.
I'm saying it for OlaJoe. Play a playlist. Just let them run. Go and clean the kitchen or the bathroom or or do the laundry.
Let Linda Simpson run. If y'all want to do something for me, I appreciate you coming here and taking part in Linda's series of her first interview. I would want you to run one of her playlists. Okay. If y'all could do that for me, I greatly appreciate it. Oh, you got some more super chats.
I know. I just let me just, Sam, I know I'm just going to put you up so I know where you are, Samantha. We'll get to your question in a minute. Okay. Oh my Lord. Margie, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, thank you, Effie. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Crafty Moo, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Let me just, you all are all going to go in my little bucket for the end of the month. Crafty Sarah. And we've got Effie and we've got Margie Gibbs. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You are amazing. Honest, I didn't even expect any of this. So Samantha wants to know, what's your favorite crochet project?
Oh, that's wonderful. That is, hi, Samantha. I know she asked, she said hello. Hi. Okay. That's hard, because I have so many crochet projects that I've loved to make. Okay. I'm going to tell you. Oh, that's a hard one. But I'll start with what's on my mannequin right here. This is the Granny Merge shawl. Okay. I enjoyed making that. That is by Fiber Spider. I also put this on my community tab, so you will see it. Beautiful. One of my favorites to work up. And Fiber Spider actually did this in a lightweight 3. This is a medium weight 4 yarn.
That looks lovely. That would be lovely in the winter.
Yes, absolutely. Also, another one of my faves would be this bush tracker beanie. I guess I was prepared to answer this question. Kind of, sort of. Bush tracker beanie. This is on my community tab, and this is made by Crystal Bagaudet Crochet. Yeah. Now, what she did was she received this hat from
Gary Eben.
Gary, right? And so she did the herringbone stitch right in here, right?
Yeah.
And so I loved working this hat up. I mean, it took a lot.
I did it and gave it to my brother-in-law for Christmas.
You did?
And he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah, so those were like two of my faves. I mean, granted, I have a lot of other favorites. I have a lot of shawls. As a matter of fact, Ursula, didn't you do a shawl? That's the shawl that everybody was doing with the shawl in a cake. Which one was that one?
Count My Blessings.
Count My Blessings. Yes, I have to do that one. That is a fave. I bought the pattern. I haven't started working it up yet, but I know it's going to be my favorite. So I had to give a shout out to Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andrea Guami Square says, when you were in active duty, did you crochet? And how many other military co-workers were fiber artists?
Okay, great question. First of all, yes, I did crochet, but I crocheted at the latter part. Well, I should say at the middle part, and then I just dropped the craft, and then I picked it back up because my time in service was very, very busy. I'm not going to get into everything that I did, but I'm just saying that I did not have the time that I have now that I'm retired to do it. I just didn't. My focus and my main goal was to do what I was trained to do, and that's it, period.
Yes.
So when I was able to finally pick my craft up during those times, that's when I started making the baby blankets and things like that. The other part of the question was co-workers crocheting. No one else did it, believe it or not.
Interesting.
No one else did it. So I was the only one that I saw ever crochet. And when I finally picked the hook up and brought my yarn into work for the first time into the military, no one else did it. They were like in awe of what I was doing. They were like, wow, you did that? Like, oh my goodness. Like, it looked like a machine did it. And I'm like, yes, this is one of my other hidden talents.
Yes. You know, I'm not just a pretty face.
Right.
I've got a brain.
I know, right? I can do some other things too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So before we finish, guys, I'm just going to play some yoga, because we're going to be leaving here.
Okay, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I enjoyed the interview with Sis OlaJoe. I hope everybody enjoyed it. We have seen the WIPs from last week. I have a couple of WIPs to show for this week, and then we will join Granny D over at Knit Pearl and Swirl. We will do a VJ raid over at Granny D. Hi, Colleen. How are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. This has been a different kind of live today. This is from Crystal, Divergent Crafter. She was kind enough to start off the week sharing this with us. And she's got quite a few things going on here. So that's the blanket she is working on. And the next one we have Oh, Lord. Let's see. How come I can get into a window I can never get out of? I amaze myself sometimes. Because I was on the wrong tab. There we go. Okay. Not necessarily. Oh, man. You know this is live TV. Live stream yard. Okay, I have. Oh, that's the last one because all the others are comments. Cool beans, man. We have made it through all of our whips for Whip It Wednesday. We got to see the interview with OlaJoe. Colleen, I'm so happy that you came by. Bye, flip flops and lollipops. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Granny says, cool idea to have a watch party. I'd better get in my spot. Love you. I'll be over there in just a minute, Granny. I want to thank everybody for coming by. You could have spent the last hour and 15 minutes anywhere, but you chose to spend it with me and Linda and OlaJoe the Crocheting Sailor. I thank everybody who stayed for this and who suggested that we do this. I want to thank everybody who sent in whips for Whip It Wednesday. I'm going to put the post in for FO Friday. If you have finished objects that you would like to share on Friday, please drop them in the Facebook group. If you do not have Facebook, please post them on IG, or you are invited to email them to me. My email is in the description below. I want to thank everybody. Granny D's link is here. And please, I'd like us all to do a VJ raid over at Granny D Thompson. Everybody stay safe. Mask up. It's not over yet. As Cammie says, they are still limiting the number of people who can visit in the hospitals. So they know. I will see those who can make it on Friday. And if not, I appreciate anybody watching the replay. Replay. Thumbs, like, share, subscribe. Thank you all for coming by. Yes, please enjoy the rest of your day. Have an awesome day, everybody. Please stay safe. See you on Friday. Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for coming by. Sorry I missed you. We had a watch party from OlaJoe and Linda Simpson. And now we are going to do a VJ raid over at Granny D Thompson. So I hope to see you there. Everybody stay safe. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.